Hey out there to all my air signs, and this reading will be for the week of April 10th until April 17th. Okay, so within this reading, I'm going to be looking into the energy for all of the air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I will have the timestamp below so that way you can skip right to your zodiac sign. That way you know exactly where it starts. With that being said, let's get into this overall energy, starting with Gemini. We have the Wheel of Fortune with the Page of Swords upright. So a lot of you Gemini out there are starting or embarking on a new journey, whether that's and it's fated. It's like you're meant to do this. A lot of the times the page can also be like this information that's coming in for a lot of you Geminis. A lot of you Geminis will be, reiterating a lot of things that you know to other people. You'll be teaching, kind of spreading the word. This is beautiful, positive energy. A lot of you are starting, like I said, on a new journey. You're at the beginning stages. You're still building, but this energy that you're building up is fated, and it's what you should be doing. Now, for some of you all, this will be starting on a new romantic journey. This will be starting school. This will be starting a new job. This can even be having a more innocent outlook for the week and seeing things from a more optimistic perspective. If you're having a hard time with that, realize that with this week, everything is kind of rolling around for you. If you have any paperwork you need to push or anything that you need to go ahead and get started or finish, go ahead for it, Gemini. This is beautiful, beautiful energy. A lot of you all are dealing with Sagittarius, of course. Some of you all are even going to be planning trips and traveling this week. So this is amazing. Get whatever information you need to out there. For those of you who are receiving final information that you needed, this is also amazing. So I love to see that as your overall energy, because for me, this is very positive. This feels very positive. Now, when I look at your block, okay, and we have the Gemini energy of the Two of Pentacles, which is trying to juggle a lot. Okay. And while you're trying to juggle a lot, whether it's two jobs, whether it's school and work, some of you all romantically juggling two people, just watch this, because in one sense, people get tired of competing. For you Geminis out there that are kind of like juggling two individuals and you think they don't know, maybe they don't know. Everybody gets to a point to where they can feel that competition is there, and it gets old. Okay, so just watch that, because you can kind of get caught up with that energy this week. And for those of you who feel like, I have to compete for my partner's time, I have to try to compete with everyone else to try to get their attention, that's not the best feeling. So address those situations accordingly for your situation. And some of you all, you're really trying to juggle like two different, life things, whether that's relationship and work or whatever. And this is also saying, have the courage. Don't give up. You can actually get it done this week. You can really learn how to multitask and reorganize. A lot of you all are going to be reorganizing your schedule, figuring out what works and what doesn't, working smarter and not harder in love, in relationships, in work, whatever it is. But don't give up the fight. Like, keep the courage, but also have that courage to know that your time is valuable, and that either you need to be compensated for it, or I'm walking. I'm not going to constantly keep competing, with other people when you're in a relationship or whatever it may be. So keep up the fight, like keep the courage, but at the same time, don't put yourself in a position to where you're, tripping off of the competition or worried about what other people are doing, because honestly, really all you can do is focus on yourself. But it looks like this week you'll do a good job of being able to balance all of that. Now, when I look into your overall advice, okay, now we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Coins upright. So once again, a lot of you Geminis will be receiving some information, or maybe some money, some form of check, or financial opportunity, new job, new means of something new coming into your life. This is great with the Ace of Pentacles. This is like a new start. The teamwork, you work as a team this week. Don't try to do it all by yourself, because it'll just stress you out. And I actually think this week you are coming out of a lot of stressful situations. Your sleep patterns, you might even find, are getting better for you. You're coming out of times of anxiety and stress, because things are actually coming together. Even though it's been stressful, even though the anxiety can get the best of you, and the worry wart, when things just get so crazy, you just like, it just can overwhelm the hell out of you, and you're losing sleep, or you don't know how bills are going to get paid, or you don't know this. But the Nine of Swords is saying you're actually detoxing this energy. You have to focus on the teamwork, what team you have. If certain things have to be let go, if you have to release certain things, let it be, because it's only leaving room for new opportunities. Sometimes in life, everything has to fall apart in order for it to come together. And it looks like teamwork will be very strong week. Okay. And for some of you all, I'm going to read this on a relationship standpoint. Some of you all have been stressing out about third party within your relationship, and you're really ready for something new, because you're sick of it. You're sick of dealing with another person while you're trying to love the individual that you're with, when you want your own. You want your own lover. You want your own spouse. You don't want to have to share anymore. And this is the week to let it go. Put that information out there. Let them know what you will take and what you won't take anymore, and let it be, let that be, speak your piece. Okay. Really what I'm saying overall for Gemini this week. Okay. So let's move on to, let's see, Gemini, Libra. So Libra, let's hop right into it. Your cards for the overall energy are the Five of Pentacles. You have the Six of Swords upright, and you have the Ten of Pentacles upright. So a lot of you Libras are, I'm going to read this from a relationship standpoint. A lot of you all are dealing with feelings of being abandoned. You literally had someone like leave you out in the cold, like just have you feel like you're poor and without, and, hurt, and just don't know which way you're going next. Left out. And my best advice to you is move on. Move on. If it's no, okay, you got to think of it like, if it's a place with no vegetation, no good land to grow on, whether you look at that as stability in a relationship or actual like a job or a work situation, you have to move on. You have to find a new job. You have to find a new land to live on, so that you can ultimately get back to this prosperous place. And the Ten of Pentacles is upright. So I think a lot of you all too will be moving out of this poverty mindset or doing everything by yourself. And actually, some of you will be moving into a situation to where now it's more family oriented. Now you have that support. Now you have that family. It could be a family member, or a lover coming in to the rescue for a lot of you all, or you're coming out of a poverty mindset and you really are doing the work to get to this greater financial opportunity. This is actually amazing energy. You want to see the Five of Pentacles turn into the Ten of Pentacles. And if you don't, the reason that's going to keep you, this gap between the two, is if you stay stuck. If you mentally don't move past whatever it is that has been bothering you in a relationship or making you feel left out in the cold when it comes to work, you're going to have to move past that, whether that's leaving a job, leaving a relationship. Yes, it can hurt at first, but the beauty is eventually having this ultimate happiness and legacy and financial abundance. So really think about the bigger picture this week, Libra. Don't focus so much on abandonment issues, because your abandonment issues can keep you away from this beautiful love and legacy that's actually there for you and that's meant for you. So just keep that in. Some of you all will be traveling, and due to traveling, you'll make some type of financial increase or upgrade. This is actually beautiful energy. It doesn't feel that way at first, okay? It can feel like a major hit, a major loss, but eventually it turns around for you, okay? And as your block, okay? And a lot of you all are dealing with Aries, Pisces, and Cancer people, okay? Because you have a lot of this energy here. And so, what is your block? A lot of Libras this week will have to look at how they view authority and how they look at, even some of you all will be how you view authority, and how some of you all view like these, what am I trying to think of? Like the powers that be, whether this is like your job, you know, or some of you all are in relationships to where, you know, it's a lot of secrecy, you know, and it's a lot of things that you need to let go of and release, but you're kind of in this limbo. Now, for some of you all, very few of you out there, this will have to do with like paternity issues, like maybe a child's mother, or like you know, issues within, you know, your position that you play as a father or a mother or whatever. It can also be like a releasing of the masculine energies in your life. Really check like, you know, the father figures that you have in your life, whether you're a man or a female. Check the situations where you feel like people try to have control over you. And if you're being this dominant energy and you're being dominant over people and not really giving them room to speak, this is saying, let go of that. You know, if you're forced with a decision that you have to make right now, I would kind of wait this week, only because you're not, all the facts aren't there. It's still more hidden information. You're not fully getting everything. It's kind of like a person pressuring you into signing, you know, a contract on a car or something like that, but they're not showing you all the details of what you're really buying. Now, also, this is saying, be honest, be truthful with yourself. Don't put yourself in a position to where you're sacrificing everything for the man in your life, or vice versa. You're sacrificing everything for the woman in your life. Of course, we love and we want to be the type of individuals who love hard and give our all, but give it to yourself first, because this energy of Aries can be, if you're too self-sacrificing as a Libra, do the opposite, and vice versa. If you're normally really selfish, you might have to be more selfless, okay? Because Aries is the energy of the Emperor and Pisces is the energy of the Hanged Man. So you still might be in a bit of limbo. You could even be very confused around your relationship role or what's going on in your relationship. It's okay, just let that energy pass. It could be a bit of a cloudy week. Some of you all will be getting like information exposed to you this week too. So keep that in mind and handle it accordingly. Now, when I look at your overall advice, you have the Two of Wands in reverse with the Three of Wands upright. Very interesting. So the Two of Wands is all about looking into the future to try to get this idea or this partnership or this relationship going. Okay, and when it's in reverse, it's this energy for me of that being slowed down. But then we also have the Three of Wands upright. So maybe it's saying like, you might not be able to see the vision yet, but you have everything there that you need and everything is working together. Even if you don't quite see it right now. This can also be like a delay in travel for you Libras that are traveling, or just an energy of maybe even lack of harmony within you and your partner, and a need to kind of maybe reach out to someone else, maybe a friend, maybe talk to someone else, or give that relationship that space if you're noticing that your harmony is a little bit off within your relationships, whether that's work or romantic, okay? But regardless, the Three of Wands is beautiful. To me, this is things are moving forward. It just might not seem like it due to all the confusion and you know, energy that you all have around you this week, okay? So Libra, I hope that helped. Now let's look into Aquarius. We have the Four of Swords, the Devil, and the Knight of Wands. So Aquarius this week, between April 10th and the 17th, watch your temper, because sometimes when a lot of you all are dealing with Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn energy, most definitely. And some of you are dealing with other Aquarius, okay? But you can notice that if you are dealing with a fire sign, they're extremely immature this week, and you might have to be the one who is more restrictive, or you might feel like you have to be more controlling, or like you really have to, you know, take the bull by the horns, when in reality, when people are going to do what they want to do regardless. So don't put yourself in a position of trying to control or letting others try to control you. Like, give that power struggle a rest this week and just let things flow. Don't let the energy of the devil, which to me, you know, it's ruled by Saturn. It's normally Capricorn energy, but Saturn in ancient times also ruled Aquarius. So to me, I feel like Capricorns took the restricted, I'm going to follow the rules, and Aquarius took the rebellion of the government of, no, I'm not. Yes, rules are important, but they need to be restructured. So you might be thinking about a lot of rules and legal things and politics. You might be feeling a lot of this Jupiter retrograde this week, or maybe your partner is, and it's affecting you and your beliefs and what you believe in. Because anytime a Jupiter retrograde happens, which happened a little earlier this week, we start talking about things that are more Jupiter inspired, like politics, religion, touchy topics that are very much necessary in our society, but people feel very uncomfortable talking about it because everybody's truth